The third quality focuses on lifelong learning. It states, one who never stops growing and commits to lifelong development of mind, heart, and soul. Imagine for a moment a doctor who never read a medical journal once she graduated, never allowed her heart to be touched by a patient, never allowed her first-hand experience of life and death to extend the depth of her spirituality. We probably wouldn't want to go to that physician. The same is true in business. It's the lifelong development of mind, heart, and soul that has given us some of the business leaders in our own community and in the world community that we most admire. Not cardboard characters, but rich human beings, and I don't mean rich in terms of money. I consider myself one of the luckiest people in the world to work side by side with the next speaker and to have her as my director of undergraduate programming. She started teaching business at Lourdes 27 years ago and has been an anchor of the faculty ever since. On the side, she is also a totally dedicated wife, mother, and grandmother. For a period, she helped carry the family through some extremely difficult times when her wonderful husband, Ken, was facing a life-threatening illness. In my mind, one of the greatest testaments to this woman and to her husband, Ken, is found in their three fantastic children. One of her daughters chose to follow very closely in her mom's footsteps, studying economics, then earning a PhD, teaching at a university, doing research, and on the side, being a very committed full-time mom. I guess this daughter had an incredible role model. So what is the secret to this woman's youth and vigor? She never stops learning, has way too many ideas, and is far too busy implementing them to ever grow old. The contents of her mind, her heart, and her soul just keep growing and deepening. Though she can, on occasion, talk my ear off, I love her dearly. And it is my distinct pleasure to introduce a wonderful role model to our students, our beloved Jean Kujawa.
Oh, goodness. First, I am humbled by that kind introduction. And I want to thank all of the people who actually believe I live such commitment. First, the talking about growing is going to be a bit hard. I have shrunk to 5 feet. I believe my grand maximum height was 5 feet 1 3/4 inches at the prime of my career. Also, the suggested 2-minute time limit is a bit challenging. I have never been able to say anything in my life in 2 minutes. So I wrote down what I was going to say so that I could move through the presentation. For many years at Lourdes, and hopefully many more, these years have provided me with a treasured memory and the opportunity to serve. I have been thankful every day that I enjoy a mentoring role. However, the challenges bring real satisfaction. Each class you encounter, they ask questions, and they force you to face a very harsh reality. There is much that you do not know. If you pretend to know something and you do not, they see right through you. Then you earnestly seek to find the answers, and then they dare to ask more questions. I have grown because my students have expected me to do so. I have also hoped that I have clearly shown that education is a journey, not a destination. This phrase being an elaboration of the famous quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson, "Life is a journey, not a destination." But I want to talk a little bit about the Lourdes alumni that are here in this room, that are not here in this room, that keep in contact with us, that are just part of our vibrant community. All of our alumni have engaged as leaders in the communities and the companies where they live and work. Many of them have attended graduate school. They have not stopped learning with the collection of their diploma. They continue to search, to seek new solutions to current problems, and are not afraid to challenge and seek change. They are kind and caring volunteers, often helping those among us who have the least by supporting various nonprofit community initiatives. I have heard so many wonderful stories about how our alumni understand it is truly better to give than receive. We are indeed proud of all of them. There's one group I just want to especially mention. In the past years, when we were expanding majors and more students were selecting our programs, a group of dedicated alumni, we called them the BAAC, stepped forward and volunteered countless hours to help us grow. I believe I've seen 5 or 6 of them here tonight. If you would just kind of wave your hand a little bit like so. They're here, they're around the room. To me, you represent the spirit and lifelong commitment of all our alumni. And I know you will be involved in other initiatives as Lourdes University as we continue to grow. Working in education has kept me young, and I thank all my colleagues, students, and our invaluable alumni. Today, as the complexity of our technological world races at us, we must all resolve to work smarter and with constant diligence. We have many problems to solve. I'm glad our Lourdes alumni are out there solving them. Our alumni will continue to grow and lead because our society expects them to do so. They are up to the challenge. 2 quotes that I believe our alumni clearly understand. Education is not filling a bucket, but lighting a fire. Yes, but that fire takes a lifetime of work. A mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled. Sometimes we need those fires to be catalysts for curiosity. Our alumni will be those catalysts. In fact, they are those catalysts. Our alumni are indeed the ones that never stop growing and have committed to lifelong development of mind, heart, and soul. They model our Franciscan values of learning, reverence, and service. They help others learn that life is indeed a journey and that education never stops. In fact, education, in my opinion, according to Will Durant, is the transmission of civilization. And free men know what tyrants never learn, that the ultimate economic resource is the mind and energy of a free person. I thank all of the alumni of Lourdes College for the contributions that you will continue to make. Thank you.